Hello and welcome to Drill and Kill. That's correct, my friend. This is where we drill until we kill all the mistakes. So, without further ado, let's get on to our first problem. Alrighty, and here we go with our very first problem of the day. 2/3 times 5/8. So the first thing I want to do is create this fraction here, 2/3. So I'm going to make a big old fraction right here, so I have plenty of room to work with. And now I want to break it into 3 parts, which means 2 lines. So I'm going to go 1 line right here, a second line right there, and then I get 2 out of those 3. So I'm going to fill in 2 of the 3 boxes, right? And then, so now I have 1, 2 out of 3, right? Now I want to create the 5/8. I'm going to break the box going this way into 8 parts. 8 parts means 7 lines, so here we go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 lines. That should give me 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Superb. Now I get 5 out of those 8 going this direction, right? So let's go ahead and color in a different color, and we're going to color in 5 of these. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to come straight down, and you can see I've got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those 8, right? So now where they intersect, which is this section right here, you can see where they intersect, and that's the part you get, because you get 2/3 out of means times, the 5/8. So I'm going to count these up. I'm going to just move this and make it a little bit bigger. And now let's just go ahead and count these. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of the entire fraction box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 1, 2, 3, which is 24. So 10/24 is your answer. And this is your mathematical model. So you got 10/24. But if you notice, this, both of these are even, right? Which means that this can be simplified. So I'm going to simplify it by dividing by the giant 1. And let's do that right now. And I'm going to use 2/2. And 10 divided by 2 is going to give me 5. And then right here, 24 divided by 2 is going to give me 12. So 5/12 is your simplified answer. Hey, if you got 10/24, that's fine. No worries at all. However, I did want you to know that that can be simplified to 5/12. You did not have to do this, but this would be the simplified form. All right, let's go ahead and now just solve for the algorithm. The algorithm is super simple, my friend. All you do is multiply the numerators, and then you multiply the denominators. So let's go ahead. 2 times 5 will give me 10. And then 3 times 8 will give me 24. And there you have it. 10/24 is the answer, and lo and behold, that agrees with our mathematical model right here of 10/24. Once again, that can be reduced to 5/12, and that is all you needed to do to solve this problem. Hey, if you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all, my friend. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. And now, let's move on to problem number 2. And here we go, my friends. 3/4 times 2/7. So once again, the first thing I want to do is go ahead and create my fraction box. So I'm going to make a big old box here, and bam, there we have it. So I'm going to first make this first fraction here. So I want to cut this box into 4 parts. 4 parts means 3 lines, and here we go. I got 1, 2, and 3 lines. Now, I get 3 out of those 4, so I'm going to go ahead and color in 3 of the 4 lines, and here we go. Bam, done. I got 1, 2, 3 out of 4. And then Now I want to make the 2/7 going up and down this way. 7 parts means I'm going to draw 6 lines. I'm going to move this up just a teeny bit. And here we go with 6 lines. I've got 1, oops, let's do this in black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 lines. Should give me 7 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Super. Now, I'm going to get 2 out of those 7, so I'm going to get these 2. So I'm going to make another color, and we'll choose yellow, and I'm going to just go yellow right here, and then try and center it as best I can. And then this is the 2/7. Now, see where they intersect here? This section right here is the part you actually get, right? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 out of the entire fraction box, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 times 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 28. So you get 6 28ths. Let's just write that down. 28ths, right? And this right here is actually your answer. Now, I do need to tell you, since both of these are even, we know that we can reduce this fraction, right? So I'm going to go ahead and divide this by the giant 1. And I happen to know that I can divide both of those by 2. So I'm going to divide by the giant 1 of 2 over 2. And 6 divided by 2 is going to give me 3. And 28 divided by 2 is going to give me 14. And 3/14 is your simplified answer. Now, you did not have to do the simplification. All you had to do was come up with 6 28ths and illustrate it like this. However, I just wanted you to know how you would simplify this fraction. Okay, so if you got 3/14, all the better, my friend. That's great. Okay, let's go ahead now and look at how we would solve the algorithm here, okay? And when you're multiplying fractions, super simple. Multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So let's go ahead and we'll start with multiplying the numerators. 3 times 2 is going to give me 6. And then 4 times 7 will give me 28. And voila, my friends, 6 28ths agrees with our mathematical model right there of 6 out of the 28. So there you have it, my friends. Hey, if you made a mistake, no worries at all. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. And now let's move on to problem number 3. And here we go. 4/5 times 3/6. So I'm going to start with this fraction here, and I'm going to create my fraction box. I'm going to make a big old fraction box there. And now I want to break this into 5 parts, which means 4 lines. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines. That should give me 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to color in 4 out of those 5. So let's do that right now. And bam, there you have it. Now my lines are a little bit off here, but you get the idea. This is fine. Okay, so now I want to create my second fraction, which is 3/6. I'm going to break this into 6 parts going up and down, and 6 parts means 5 lines. So here we go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? So now I get 3 out of those 6. So now I'm going to use a different color and go in the other direction. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I get these 3. Now, where they overlap, that's the part we get. So we get this section right here, and we can go ahead and count those. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 out of, so I'm going to make my fraction sign, out of all of the boxes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of 30, so let's go ahead and write that. Okay, so my answer is 12 30ths, right? And my friends, that right there is your answer. However, I must say, this can be simplified, and I happen to know that 6 is a factor for both 12 and for 30. So I can not multiply, but divide. I can divide this by the giant one of 6 over 6, and that will reduce it or simplify it. 12 divided by 6 is going to give me 2, and 30 divided by 6 is going to give me 5, and 2/5 is the simplified form of 12 30ths. Once again, you did not have to simplify for this activity. However, I want you to know how to simplify in case you need to do that at a later date, my friends. But with that said, here is a mathematical model, and you should end up with 12 30ths. Now, let's go ahead and see what this looks like if we do our algorithm. So I'm going to come up here, and then when you're multiplying fractions, all you do is multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators. So we're going to do that right now, and let's go. 4 times 3 is going to give me 12, and then 5 times 6 is going to give me 30, and lo and behold, 12 30ths agrees with what we got here for our mathematical model, and that is always beautiful, my friends. Hey, that is all you needed to do to solve this problem. If you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. And now let's move on to our fourth and final problem of this video. And we're off. 5 6 times 4 ninths. Alrighty, my friends. Let's go ahead and make our first fraction box here. And I'm going to create this fraction right here. Whoops, that's jumping around on me, isn't it? 5 6. So in order to make 6 parts, I must draw 5 lines going straight across. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines. And this one's a little squirrely right here, but it's all right. It'll give us our 5 lines. All right. So that should give me 6 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect, my friend. Now I get 5 out of those 6. So let's go ahead and color in 5 of the 6 parts. Fantastic. Bam. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. That is perfect. Now I got to create this fraction, which means I want to break this box going up and down into 9 parts. 9 parts means 8 lines. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 lines should give me 9 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Bam. Perfect. Now I get 4 out of those 9, so I'm going to color in 4 of these, and I'm going to use a different color. Let's use red this time. Very exciting, very exciting. All right, and here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now bring it straight on down and center it. And now you can see where it intersects here, and let's use purple to circle this. Right here, that's the portion that we actually get. Right? So let's enlarge this so I can write in here better. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, right? Out of the entire fraction box, which means I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 9 times 6 is going to give me 54. So 20 out of 54. And let's go ahead and rewrite that right down here. 20 54ths. And my friends, right here, that right there is your answer. However, I must say, this can be reduced or simplified, and you know that because these are both even. 20 is an even number, and so is 54. So you know you can divide this by 2. So the giant one of 2 over 2, because both 20 and 54 can be divided by 2, right? And that will give us a simplified fraction. 20 divided by 2 is going to give us 10. I'm going to do this in black. 10. And then 54 divided by 2 is going to give me 27. And right there, 10/27 is your simplified answer for 20/54, right? So, but all you needed to do was to come up with 20 out of 54 for your mathematical model. So if you've got 20 out of 54, perfect. 20/54 is great. I just need you to know how to simplify it, just in case you need to on another problem. All right, so now let's solve for our algorithm up here. When you're multiplying fractions, multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators. So let's go ahead and do that right now. 5 times 4 is going to give me 20. And then 6 times 9 is going to give me 54. And voila, my friends, 20/54 agrees with our mathematical model right here of 20/54. And that is all you need to do to solve this problem. Hey, if you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all, my friend. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.